Good afternoon, Andrew Mount here for GG on Friday the 18th of October. I've been studying the Ascot cards all morning thanks to some help from my friends Pear and Strawberry, and we've come up with a few bets for you for Saturday's big races. We're kicking off with the 135, the Champion Sprint Stakes, and the one we like here is Hello Youmzain for Kevin Ryan. This one won the Haydock Sprint Cup last time out, making all the running on his beloved soft ground. And he's had 6 weeks to get over those exertions. Now, he was beaten here behind advertised at the Royal Meeting in June. That was in the Commonwealth Cup, running a good third, but the ground was quick enough for him, and he hadn't had long enough to get over his previous run, in my opinion, just 27 days, and I think the race came too soon. So take Hello Youmzain to reverse Commonwealth Cup form with advertised, and if you want one at a bigger price, maybe save on Don Juan Triumphant. This is a horse I've been banging on about for years as one who's best in the autumn, tends to do his winning between September and November on turf, ideally below Group 1 company. However, he did place in this race last year at 16 to 1. Harry Angel was second that day because he's not running, and Sons of Mali, the winner, has not been in the same form this time around, so I don't think he's a danger. So Hello Youmzain over Don Juan Triumphant in the opener. Now, the Long Distance Cup features an odds-on shot in Stradivarius. I think he'll win. I couldn't find an each-way angle against him, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that race. And similarly, in the Fillies and Mares, the third contest, Starcracker looks rock solid around the 13 to 8 mark. One or two people think she might get taken on for the lead and forced to go too fast too early by the Aidan O'Brien contingent. But Frankie Dettori is going to be aware to such tactics, and I don't think she has to lead. So she's got such an impressive turn of foot. I think she's going to be difficult to beat from wherever he puts her in the race. So moving on, the second race I want to have a bet in is the QE2 Stakes, the 1 mile Group 1. And now, a couple I like here at big prices. We often get placed horses at big prices in this race, certainly in recent years. Last year's second, third and fourth were priced at 25 to 1, 33 to 1 and 40 to 1. The year before that we had a fourth at 50 to 1. And we go back to 2015, the second and third were 33 to 1 and 66 to 1. And I think we're going to have a few horses here ridden to pick up the pieces and hopefully pick up some place money. And some firms are paying 4 places, and that's a huge concession. Now, the one I like the most is Happy Power for Andrew Balding and King Power. He's 40 to 1, and that's too big given his record on slow ground. He's only had 5 runs in his career on good to soft or softer going, 3 wins and 2 places. And since stepped up to a mile, he's won his sole start when he's had underfoot conditions to suit. That was on soft ground at York in the spring in listed company. Now, this is a Group 1, of course, but he has got form at this level. If we go back to Glorious Goodwood this year, he was 33 to 1 for the Group 1 Sussex Stakes and did really well to finish 4th, going down by less than 2 lengths. He had plenty of his rivals behind him that day, and who reoppose at shorter prices tomorrow. And I think the 40 to 1 is way too big, particularly if you can get that 4 places concession. The other one that I'm going to have a smaller bet on is Raising Sand. He loves it here at Ascot. 10 of his best 11 Racing Post ratings have come at this venue. And he showed that he's got a touch of class when finishing 3rd in group company at Haydock on his penultimate start. Now, that day he did best of those to come from off the pace in a race where the closers just never got into it. Now, he bombed out here last time out in a 7 furlong Heritage handicap, but I think he needs all of this mile trip nowadays, so I think he can bounce back with maybe 3rd or 4th place at around about 66 to 1. Moving on, the 5th race is the 10 furlong Champion Stakes. I'm not particularly keen on those at the head of the market, and I was looking for each way alternatives and I couldn't find anything solid, so I've decided to put a line through the race and make the Balmoral handicap at 440 my final bet of the day. Now, I've done this race for the spotlight in the Racing Post, so I spent a good few hours on it yesterday. And the one I've put up in the paper at a massive price is War Reef for David O'Mara. He was a huge eye-catcher at York last time out. He finished 5th of 15, this was last week, behind Crownthorpe, challenging closest to the stands rail where the ground was a lot deeper. So all the action was down the centre to far side of the track that day. And I think that 5th place is worthy of a massive upgrade. He ran well enough in this race last year. He was quite keen in the early stages and looked sure to sort of finish tamely, and probably did well to finish 9th of 20, beaten 5 lengths. He's £3 lower this time around. He's proven on the ground. He goes on anything. He was a winner on heavy ground at Ayr last autumn. And with O'Mara having plenty of big price placed horses in these big Saturday handicaps in recent weeks, I think Warreef can give us a run for our money. Stall 15, perhaps a little bit closer to the stand side rail than I'd hoped for. I think all the action's going to be down the middle, but at the price, I'll take a chance. So in summary, my Champions Day selections are Hello Youmzaim in the 135, Save on Don Juan Triumphant. In the QE2 stakes, I'm going with Happy Power each way at 40 to 1, Save on Raising Sand both each way. And finally in the Balmoral handicap, 33 to 1 against About Warreef is far too big, particularly if you can get some of these extra place concessions. I know one or two firms are offering 5 or 6 places. That's it from me and from Mr. Pear and Mr. Strawberry. Until next time, best of luck.